Hello guys, what's up? Welcome to another YouTube video and more. And in today's video, I have the Fantastic Four Dragon Man made to pre-order Marvel Legends action figure. I'm so ecstatic to have this in hand. It's so big that I can't even fit it in my frame. I'm gonna have to back up here, but you can see how massive this box is. Even my things knocking over, but I am so excited to have this in hands, and today I'm going to be reviewing it for you guys. But yeah, I pre-ordered this about a year ago. It came in the mail today. Today I'm just going to be reviewing it. If you want an unboxing, I'm actually going to do that on a live stream, which by the time this comes out, that would have already been out. So if you want to see me live unbox this, go check out that live. But yeah, side of the box looks really awesome. I love these Fantastic Four right up here. And then you also have Dragon Man back here. There is his little bio, and you can see shows you how tall he is right there. I'm just so excited to have this in hands. This just looks so amazing. So without further ado, let's go ahead and unbox this. Okay, and here is the made to pre-order Dragon Man Marvel Legends right out of the box. And if you guys want to see the unboxing of this guy, go check out my lives page on my channel. It is there, a live unboxing I did of this guy if you want to go see me unbox him. But out of the packaging, and this guy looks great. He's definitely an amazing figure. But first off, let's go ahead and take a look. So Dragon Man is a made to pre-order figure, meaning that you cannot get him anymore, at least from Hasbro. You can get him on the aftermarket, but he is not gonna be as cheap as he was. I think he's going for like 150, 160 on the aftermarket when he retailed for about $90. But taking a closer look at this guy, and all the details on him are amazing. All the scales, I'm pretty sure, I don't know much about Dragon Man. I know that he is a Fantastic Four villain, but I'm fairly sure that he is an android created by another person who I have no idea who it is. And then yeah, this head sculpt is amazing. It does pop off, and this head sculpt looks amazing. The piercing red eyes right there with the yellow looks great. He has a bunch of shading on his head as well, which I love, on the like almost eyebrows and the ears, his little beak, which it does articulate, and even cooler, the tongue articulates. Like, how many figures do you know that have articulated tongues that aren't like dinosaur figures? But popping it back on there, and he does have a really big brain. I'm pretty sure he's like supposed to be really smart canonically, so that's pretty cool. His wings, these are the folded in wings, are awesome. You even get some more black shading in there at the top on the front and on the back, and they have a real nice leather texture, and you can see like a bunch of cracks and wrinkles in there, and even rips in his wings, which is awesome. You have these spikes on his arms, and then you have this nice purple shading on the chest. I'm not sure if it's anywhere else, but that shading in there, man, is amazing. It's beautiful. You have these nice scratches on his skin, on his chest right there. He's wearing some maroon colored pants, or more shorts. You have his toenails right there, which are more like claws, actually. They are articulated. That is a bit ugly, if I'm being honest, the little articulation point right there, but it is what it is. He is completely pinless, which is amazing. For such a big figure. He even has double jointed arms, which is crazy, which we will get more into the articulation. On the back of the figure, he does have his tail, which does come off of him in the box, so you do have to attach it, but it is a bendy wire tail. But yeah, very nice in there. It's in there, it's not coming out. I don't think it's popped out yet, so once you put it in, I don't think you're supposed to take it back out. But this figure looks great. Just all the freaking detail. I just can't believe I even have this in my hands right now. It's such a huge, massive figure. It's just unbelievable. But yeah, with that said, let's go ahead and get into the articulation. Starting off at the head, which honestly, this is probably the most disappointing part of the figure for me. He does not look up that much, like, at all. It's because if you take off his head sculpt right there, It is on a ball joint, but it's also on a disc hinge. So it goes down a lot, but it just doesn't go up. You could see they like just didn't make it a gap in there. So that is really kind of annoying, especially when you're trying to get him into some crouching poses. So he does not look up, but he does look down. So that's very nice. And he does have some very nice tilt, so that is amazing. You get all the way around, of course. And then, of course, like we stated, his jaw does open all the way up, and he does have an articulated tongue, so no need for an alternate head sculpt. His arms do go up about 90 degrees, which is pretty nice. And he has, well, trying to get that down there, that was tough, bicep swivel, and the double jointed elbows, which his double jointed elbows and knees are very tight, so I would recommend heating this guy up, especially right out of the box. He's very tight, but once you start to break it in, it does get a little easier. So there is his double jointed elbows, and then he does have hinge and swivel at the wrist. And, of course, butterfly joints, which this guy's butterfly joints are freaking amazing, dude. It's incredible with such a big figure how good his articulation is with the butterfly joints. But, yeah, he can cross his arms, so that is very nice. You can see all the range in there. It's crazy. And going back as well, does get some pretty good range. It is a bit hindered in the back just because of the wings, but they do go in there. And speaking of the wings, his wings do go up. And they do swivel, and they do hinge back and forth. So they're pretty good articulated. And then getting into the torso, he does have a ab crunch that goes about that far, or more like a diaphragm joint. And he does arc back as well, which is very nice. We do get a little bit of gap in there. And then you do get some nice tilt. And this is also where you get your swivel. So glad they didn't give this guy a stupid waist swivel. I find it stupid when they give figures a waist swivel where they already have a diaphragm joint, because these twist as well. So yeah, so glad they didn't give him a stupid waist swivel. But I do wish they gave him a lower ab crunch to just get even more crouching. But his legs do go up about 90 degrees, which is great. You do have thigh swivel and double jointed pinless legs, or knees rather. So yeah, all that button, he can kick his ass all day. And then he does have ankle pivot and swivel. The ankles do go back that far and forward about that far, which isn't the greatest, but it's okay. And then he does have pivot and toe articulation, which is awesome. So yeah, this guy is definitely not the most articulated figure, but he does have some pretty cool standouts, like the butterfly joints and the double jointed knees and elbows, plus the toe joints. So yeah, and especially that beak, man, that's crazy. But with that said, let's go ahead and get into the accessories. Starting off with the accessories, he does of course have two fisted hands, which do have the painted nails as well, and he does have two open hands, which are more meant for grabbing and stuff, which does have all the sculpted detail on there with the scales and all the wrinkles on the fingers. These look amazing. He does have 4 fingers, and they do pop in very simple, just like so. And he does come with some other accessories. He comes with a Future Foundation book, which is amazing. I can't wait to give this to my Reed Richards. This is amazing. It does have a little dent in there. I don't know if that's supposed to be like that, if mine's just messed up or what. But you could see a bunch of, like, there's a little graph in there and a bar graph right there and a bunch of other, like, scribbles as words. But I love the Future Foundation logo. And to complete the look, he comes with these little tiny glasses, which are a bit of a hassle. Like, if you try to put them on the figure, they will be, they don't stay on the best, is what I'm trying to say. So just trying to get them on now is even a hassle. They don't like to stay. Okay, that's the best I can do. And then you can give him the, oh look, see, it's already starting to fall. But you can give him, if his elbow would bend for me, please. The glasses flew away. But what the idea is to have him holding the book and then using his glasses as he's reading it. Okay, not even joking, those glasses are lost forever. Been looking for them in my carpet for about 5 minutes, cannot find them. But other than those accessories, he does come with swap out wings, so you just pop out the wings, which they are nice and tight in there. So that's one thing that I'm very grateful for, that they're not like loose and fall out easily like the King and Black wings. But they do just pop in there, and these wings have a bunch of nice shading in there with the white at the bottom. You can see a bunch of little cracks in the leathery wings, and you even have the claw up there at the top. These are very grotesque and awesome. So yeah, very cool. They do just pop in like so, very easily. Very, very easily. You can take out these wings out of the way, and bam, there is your Dragon Man with these wings. And holy man, this guy looks great. Definitely, I'm so just happy that I picked him up in the first place when he was going up for pre-order. But this guy looks amazing. His full wingspan is like, what, this? That's his full wingspan. It does look a bit silly, but even there, man, it's still pretty huge. Don't have a tape measure on hand, but damn does this figure look great. We're gonna get into some size comparisons in just a second now, but oh my gosh, this guy is amazing. Real quick, just wanted to show off the tail, the bendy wire tail. It is like a hard rubber, but there is a wire in there, so at times it can be very like difficult to pose it around, but if you do try hard enough, it does pose. I found the glasses, guys. And first up for some comparisons, here is the Retro Collection Fantastic Four next to Dragon Man. I think these guys all look great together, especially with such a classic villain with Dragon Man. And then here is the MCU Fantastic Four, First Steps Fantastic Four. I did finally pick up Vanessa Kirby's Invisible Woman, so now it's no longer the Tritastic 3. Well, okay, maybe it is. It is the Fantastic Four. So, yeah, I think these guys actually do look really good next to Dragon Man. You can just see how big Dragon Man is next to the standard 6-inch scale Marvel Legend. Here is a couple of other bigger scaled Marvel Legends. We have the deluxe Amazon exclusive Gamerverse Kingpin, and then the new Gamerverse Thanos from the Capcom wave. And then next up for some comparisons, here are a couple of other bigger, more taller characters in my collection. We have the MCU Moon Knight Khonshu, and then the Marvel Legends Gamerverse Deluxe Venom. Which this Venom, I'm fairly sure, is my tallest figure in my collection. He's about like 11 inches tall. He's just a little bit taller than Dragon Man. And then here is a couple of comparisons with some more classic / modern Avengers. We have Bucky, Cap, Luke Cage, the classic Secret Wars Wolverine, and then the Model 20 Iron Man. And then here is Dragon Man, finally, next to some of my other Fantastic Four villains in my collection. We have the Super Skrull, High Evolutionary, Doctor Doom, and Fire Lord. So overall, what are my final thoughts on this Marvel Legends made to pre-order Dragon Man? This guy is amazing. It is so good. It is a much needed upgrade from the original Toy Biz Dragon Man from the Fantastic Four Classics line. This guy is so amazing. He is such an amazing piece. If you put this guy on your villain shelf, he is definitely going to stand out from the rest of the villains, and he just looks so good next to the retro Fantastic Four. Definitely think if you wanted to get this guy, you're gonna be wishing you did when you had the chance, because this guy is now super expensive on the aftermarket, going for like 150 to 170, 160. So yeah, definitely think you missed your chance a little bit, but it is still out there, but there's just not going to be as much. So if you really want this guy, I'd say get it, because this guy is a standout figure. I'm going to give this Marvel Legend a 10 out of 10. There are a couple of nitpicks here and there, like the head articulation not being great, moving upwards, or like the ab crunch, but other than that, this guy's amazing. Butterfly joints, the articulation for the most part is incredible. The accessories that he comes with, I think, are fairly, like, he comes with pretty much everything you need, I would say. Extra pair of wings, extra hands, and then a couple of other accessories. So yeah, this guy is amazing. definitely get him. And that's going to do it for today's video, guys. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, do all that YouTube can roll, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.